Absolutely. Of course, I'm over here in Grizzly Land right now, so
They're pretty good too.
yes, they are. All right, mic check, mic check. Check your
Hello,
mic
hello,
there.
hello.
All right, that looks like it works.
Nowadays you can see it.
That's right. Okay, some people would think it's odd. We're in the Country Music Hall of Fame, but yet I'm sitting next to Rock and Roll Hall of Famer John Fogerty. I don't feel that way though, because sometimes I'm kind of get frustrated that we've divided music up into all these different segments and different areas, when really there's so much in common between a lot of the styles.
I'm very happy and thrilled to be here at the Country Music Hall of Fame. You know, it's an iconic place to me, and I grew up with idolizing many of the people that are enshrined here, you might say. A lot of them were, I don't know if they called themselves country or rock and roll back in the beginning. It seemed to be, in the beginning of rock and roll,
Yeah.
it seemed to be the same. You know, a lot of guys like Johnny Cash and Jerry Lee and even Elvis, you know, were kind of had their foot in both places, you might say.
Absolutely. Well, how about this collaboration with Brad Paisley? I love the song that you guys wrote and performed on Love and War.
Oh, thank you so much. I actually love it too. I think we did a good job, and you know, Brad had the idea of the subject. He talked about the veterans, and he thought he wanted to address that, and he had the title too. And it was kind of a twist, you know, Love and War. But then when he started to sing, they say all's fair in love and war. Oh, well, that's about what he had at the time, and we needed to, you know, finish a whole song.
I told Brad the thing that I really appreciated about it is it's a song that makes a statement, but it's a song that everybody, regardless of their political perspective, can gather around.
Absolutely. You're right. It doesn't matter which side of the political philosophy you're on. And there is sort of a nagging, crying neglect here that we need to address it and do better. We really got to take care of these men and women that served us. We're sitting here, you know, enjoying this life that we have, and they're out on the front lines making sure we get to do it.
Absolutely, and of course, I'm in San Antonio, which a lot of people just refer to that as Military City, USA, because of all the bases that we have and all the men and women that come. You served? Did you do any training in San Antonio?
No, I was in, let's see, Fort Bragg, Fort Knox, which is Louisville, and then Fort Lee, Virginia.
Wow. Well, thank you for your service, John.
Sure, it was a long time ago, but thank you.
Doesn't matter when it was, buddy. It's a lot of the veterans organizations that I help out and I work with. You know, there's so many that serve just the recent veterans, but also work with some organizations that serve the veterans from every era that are in need. We help them.
Well, I've been watching these guys, these men and women, for a long time. So, you know, several of the songs I wrote back in the 60s certainly reflected my experience. I mean, I kind of had a different point of view, angle that I could look at things than many of the kids that were protesting and all that. I protested too, but I think I had a more informed view. You know, I'd walk up to one of my flower children hippie brothers, and you know, everybody mixed up stuff, and I'd say, do you realize, of course, that these soldiers that you're talking about are actually younger than you and I, and they're over there doing what Uncle Sam says they need to do. And you know, it's not the GIs making this policy, it's that guy up in Washington. That's who you need to be protesting.
That's exactly right. It's Rock and Roll Hall of Famer John Fogerty here in the Country Music Hall of Fame today. Of course, he's part of Brad Paisley's Love and War project. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Great to be here. All right. Thanks for having me.
I love the